set to put his foot into this one. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Ryan Switzer on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
The ball carrier.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Gain of 7.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
They'll try and run forward with counter. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Screen pass to Connor. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler 1st. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run with Connor. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Roethlisberger, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. 25 yards for the touchdown, and the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now Dion Lewis to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Vince Williams.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 31, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Steven Nelson.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones. He sets to fire deep. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with counter. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
So call that a 56-yard punt with a return of about 11. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
26-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football, as they've got it with a second down coming up. So a tough road here on second and very long. From the gun, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep, Ryan Switzer. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 29, Roethlisberger. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
The Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. From the gun, a give to counter. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
2 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right back to Connor here on first. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Brought down by Blake.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Leonard Williams able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
3rd down.
So the sack, and now a 3rd-and-long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This is their third drive right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
On the tackle.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Off the bootleg, Jones. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They start with a give to Connor. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
13 yards. And the
throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And he rifles one incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
3rd down.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Ben to throw again. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. He finds an opening past the 40. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Is good.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here, Ty.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jones. Completes it to Coleman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
6-yard line.
Here's Jones on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and it's 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessful.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
At the Giants' 42-yard line.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Connor. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Connor. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
The tackle made.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Dexter Lawrence gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20 as he'll take this up to the 22-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. 22-yard line. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. From the gun, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the pickup there. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Again, it's Barkley. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
Steelers 7.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. They find some open field here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Connor. A first down for Connor and then some. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, 44 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
14. Chris Boswell to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
First and 10.
So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. On first and 10 is Counter. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Again, a run with Counter. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. On 3rd down, it's Counter. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Roethlisberger to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
22 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell.
37-yard attempt.
And it's good. And on opening weekend, a field goal to win it as time expires. And the Steelers have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Steelers, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this.